Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. I'm doing great as always. So in today's video, I wanted to go over actually a new purchase I've made recently. Everyone I think knows that watches my channel. I've recently picked up the Nikon Z9, finally arrived, and I've done a couple of videos on it. Check out my channel if you want to see them. Beautiful camera, having lots of fun using it. Now, like I said, this is the Nikon Z9, so it's a Z series. So all my old lenses, they still work with an adapter, but they don't work directly on the camera. So I thought I would pick up a Z series lens as well once I got the camera. So what I did was I actually sold my old Nikon D4S and my Nifty 50, my 50 1.4 millimeter, because I just really didn't like the lens anymore. And I ended up picking up a lens with a focal length I haven't used before, which is the Nikon Z Series 85 1.8S. But I like my prime lenses, and I really wanted to try a Z series lens with the Z9 to see how much better it would be, how much easier it would be. Maybe it's smoother to work with and stuff like that. And maybe eventually I will sell my other lenses that I have from my old camera and slowly transfer over to the Z series lens. So yeah, in this video, I just talk about my experience using the lens so far, how I feel about it, and how it was using out in the street when I was shooting the other day. So what I did was I called up my friend Ibuki, and we headed out into the streets, the back streets of Shibuya for about an hour or so I could test out the lens in kind of a low light situation, shooting portraits, which is something I want to do more in my photography, just to see how the lens performed and how the pictures turned out. Check out the video here of our fun time out in the back streets of Shibuya for an hour, and when that's over, I'll talk about how I like the lens.
Ah, 来た来た。うん。こうこう。うんうんうん。でもちょっと待ってね。ナイス。ナイスナイス。いいね。ああ、ナイスナイス。すごいいい、すごいいい。あ、車の光がいい。あ、バイクバイク。ありがとうございます。奇跡が起こりました。はい、撮ります。あまり背景に人がいるのが好きじゃないんですね、僕は。いいよ。そうそう、いいね。うん。ああ、ナイスナイス。さあ、いいね。すごいかっこいい。ナイス。ちょっと人が通りますんで。いいね。あ、ナイスナイス。かっこいい。 座り系がいいかも。かっこいい。結構全身映ってる。アングル変えるとしたら、ああ、これもかっこいい。ちょっと待って、いいね。中に入ったらどうなる？お、ナイスナイス。どうぞどうぞ、すみません。みんな気を使ってくれるね。はい。あ、赤い光がちょっとやりすぎ。どうぞ、すみません。もうしょうがないです。いいね。ナイス。すごいかっこいい。ああ、いいね。
Yeah, so that was our session in the backstreets of Shibuya. Had a lot of fun with Ibuki. She's an amazing model. And yeah, like this video is about the 85 1.8S Nikon Z lens. So my first impressions of the lens. Basically, the first thing you do when you pick up a lens is you're like, okay, well, how much does this weigh? How much will it hurt when I use it? I'm really happy to say that this 85mm lens is surprisingly light. Like, it's incredibly light. This lens will probably be replacing a lot of the things I did with my 105 1.4. Not really maybe replacing, but just like adding to. This is an amazing lens in itself, and you've seen me use it a lot in my YouTube videos here and just my photography in general. But it is a big lens. 105 1.4 means it's got a huge amount of glass in here, very large aperture. And I think a lot of the times now that I'm just going to be going out, say with my Z9 body and one lens, I'll be reaching this 85mm 1.8 just for sheer compactness and weight and ease of use. It's really nice. Of course, because it is a Z series lens, I don't need to use the adapter, obviously. This adapter is very good and it works very well with my other lenses, but it's just one piece of kit that I won't have to take out if I'm using my 85mm lens. So that's a huge bonus there. And I noticed the other day when I had it on my Z9, it was nice to have this nice light compact lens on the smaller, more compact body of the Z9 compared to the D5. It's really kind of what I was looking for in a new lens and with the new body. I'm looking forward to using it, and I've really enjoyed using it lately as well. Now, another thing with lenses that I've had in the past, my 50mm 1.4, which I ended up selling to help pay for this, had really bad chromatic aberration, which is like that purple haze you get with kind of like lower quality lenses. Really happy to say, like this, this wasn't the most chromatic aberration producing image, but these ones here with like these really bright highlights behind Ibuki's arm here, like if we go in, now these are edited, but I forgot to even look for chromatic aberration when I was editing it because I didn't notice it in the images. And you can take it out pretty easily with Photoshop, but I didn't. And you can see here on her arm, I don't see any. Like, it just doesn't happen. Nice little rim light here, but it's nice and white, which is what the light from behind that was coming through is. It's white. So yeah, great, awesome. I don't have to worry about chromatic aberration now, which is just great because my nifty 50 was absolutely garbage for that, and I'm glad I sold it. And I'm looking forward to getting a new 50mm soon anyways, but a Z series one for sure. And in general, the image quality of these shots here at 1.8, her eyelashes and eyes and her eyebrows, the little hair on her forehead here is all tack sharp, and it just slowly drifts off along her fingers here. You can see that well. Her last finger here is a little bit bokeh'd out. And then as we go out, the bokeh on these lights in the back is great. I really like, I'm not a super picky pixel peeper photographer in any sense of the term. I'm more looking at the feeling of the image, and I really like the feeling of this image. I really like how it worked with the bokeh here. I liked how it worked in the low light situation. I didn't have to crank up my ISO too high. We are up at about a 1,000 to start with, and then 2,500 as the night went on. We were able to use some of the surrounding lights in Shibuya to help with the shooting, but I didn't bring any lights with me. So when we were in this back alley specifically, this was really dark. You can see in the video. I actually pumped up the brightness in the video a bit so you could see, but it was really dark back here. And we were at 2,500 for the ISO, down to f-stop, well, 1.8 f-stop, but a shutter speed of 80, which is quite slow. But, you know, just with the Z9, if you put it on 20 frames per second and you're blasting through images, even at a slower shutter speed, you're going to get one of those, hopefully, that's tack sharp. So it's really quite helpful when shooting these situations and it's really low light, low shutter speed to use your high speed burst and just stay as, you know, as steady as you can, but burst through 20, 30 images, and you'll find one in there that's probably quite sharp as well. So yeah, like, you know, I've pushed these quite a bit with the edit, but, you know, this ISO, the noise is very usable. I like it, actually. It kind of matches the situation. Again, you know, we've got nice sharpness on here. This is quite a zoomed in image. I love it. It's light, no chromatic aberration. The image quality is great. The bokeh is great. The price, you know, it's not cheap. It is $1,000 or so, but compared to my 105 1.4, which is 2,500, that's a big price difference. I'll still be using this for sure, but I think I'll be sticking with the 85 quite a bit when I'm shooting as well. It's a fun focal length for me to try to experiment with now. It's a little further back than the 105, but you're closer than a 50, which I'm very used to. It's a nice distance when you're shooting bust up with a model because you're not super in their face like with a 50, and you're not quite far back as a 105. But you notice when I was trying to shoot a couple of the full body shots here in particular, you notice in the video I was quite far away because it is still 85 mils is not really that, not as wide of a lens, so you do have to move quite a bit far back, but that's just what happens when you shoot with primes. You got to move yourself, you got to move your feet to get the focus and to get the distance and that, so it's fine. You you create the composition with your feet, I guess you could say, so it's fine. I'm used to it. I really like it. So yeah, all in all, you know, I couldn't go wrong with this shoot just because Ibuki is such an amazing model. Everything she did was cool and was fun to shoot, so it was great. Had no like issues with the lens at all. It was picking up her eye focus perfectly. The Z series focus is really smooth. This is a really, really smooth focus ring. Getting her eye on the autofocus there every time I can see. So yeah, no issues at all. So again, just a quick recap. It's light, easy to use, very, very simple design. No chromatic aberration that I can see so far. Might have to push it a bit more. The bokeh is great quality. The focus to bokeh drop off is great for 108. It's awesome. I really enjoyed shooting with it. I think I'll be using it a lot more in the future. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to hit me up. I'm just trying to keep this video nice and concise. Yeah, and if also I'm going to be looking at more Z series lenses in the future, because I'm going to slowly, I think, move away from the lenses I have, slowly sell them off and pick up Z lenses. So if there's anything you're using that you really particularly recommend, hit me up, let me know in the comments. I would love to check something out, especially something that's going to replace my fisheye, because unfortunately the fisheye, even though I do have my adapter for the Z9, it doesn't work with the adapter. It just won't autofocus. I can still use it as a manual focus lens, which I'll probably have to do for the meantime, but if you do have something that maybe replace that, let me know. I'd love to hear about it and go test it out with some action somewhere around Japan. So yeah, cheers, thanks a lot. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're safe wherever you are in the world, and we can, you know, get out of this craziness that we're in at the moment and get on to loving each other as we should as human beings. So thanks a lot. Cheers. Can't wait to see you next video. Bye.